Dear students, Jai Hind. Very good morning to all of you. As you all know that you have already attended 4 lectures, particularly for the revision of nomenclature. Understood? And today you are attending the last lecture. Today we are going to sum up totally the practice of nomenclature of organic compound that we are going to complete today. Understand? We practice lots of uh, organic structures, organic compound. We practiced in 4 lectures how to name given organic compound at the same time when the name of the organic compound is given, how to translate it, how to present it in the form of structure that we have understood. And today, my dear student, the last one where we just want to practice, understand few more organic compounds, right? And today will be the last lecture of revising that particular topic. Okay, so today lecture number 5, chapter number 4. Okay, carbon and its compounds. Okay, carbon and its compounds. And today we are taking the revision lecture 5 just for the practice of nomenclature of organic compound. Understood? Today, what we are going to target is a little mix up. Sometime I will give the structure, we will name it. Sometime the name will be given and we will draw the structure. That way, we are going to target. Okay. So, first of all, as we have practiced some of the organic structure consisting of haloids, then we also practiced those organic compound containing a hydroxyl group. Then in previous one we have also practiced organic compound consisting of aldehyde group as well, right? So dear student, today will be a little mix up. Understood? See, we will start. Okay, in today's lecture, the first one, if we want to continue, whatever I can't remember, that so we'll continue with one. Okay, see, what I am going to do is that I will draw the organic structure here. First, we will today start in that way, and then we will try to name that organic structure. Okay, so please concentrate and draw with me. Okay, suppose I am showing one organic structure Okay, this is the way I have shown organic structure. Here all valency of carbon to be substituted by hydrogen just in a fraction of time. Can you guess the name of this particular organic compound? See, as I already told you, whenever whenever you want to name any organic compound, the base for you is just to check whether in this particular organic compound any functional group is present. Yes, why not? You will see the functional group. Understand functional group already, and that you know very well. To represent it in this way, I can also write this way, COOH. That means which group is present? Carboxylic acid. Okay. And when carboxylic group is present, the suffix which can be added to name the organic compound will be OIC, oic. Okay, so just by seeing the presence of the functional group, we come to know about the suffix. Now the suffix is finalized OIC, and as I explained you in a previous one particular group CHO aldehyde group, that the while you name the given organic compound, you also have to when you think of the carbon skeleton, means the number of carbon atom when you guess, you also have to consider carbon present in given organic compound. So here, how many carbon atom can be visualized? Two carbon atom, and as you know, two carbon atom, that means ethane. Based on that, you can name the given compound as, I write here, you also write in your book, this can be called ethanoic acid. You understood this? Two carbon compounds, or the two carbon atom, that simply means ethane, and based on that we can name the given compound as ethanoic acid. You understood this? Okay. Let me take the next one. Okay. Concentrate, student. Suppose, let me write, okay, just try to understand this. Carbon, okay, suppose, and here all the valencies of carbon has to be satisfied by hydrogen atom. This is the way you need to learn even, dear student, that the carbon, all valencies of carbon needs to be properly satisfied. Understood? Because the carbon possesses four valency. So where to put hydrogen atom? Here we are not showing any hydrogen because all four valencies of carbon has been occupied, one with single covalent bond with carbon, one double covalent bond with oxygen, and one single covalent bond with oxygen here. Okay. Can you guess the name of the compound? There is a presence of COOH group. So presence of the carboxylic acid group simply means OIC will be the symbol, where OIC will be the suffix to be added at the end of the end of the name, but at the same time it possesses how many carbon atom? 1, 2, 3. Because it consists of 3 carbon atom, 3 carbon atom, it has to struck your mind C3, that's propane. So based on that, you can name this organic compound as propanoic acid. You understood this. Sometime we also utilize another name also. Rather you speak propanoic, or sometime this can also be spoken as propionic acid. Ultimately, understand, mostly though we utilize the word propanoic acid, but seldom you can also utilize the word propionic acid. Ultimately, the name are similar. So this is the way you can name any organic compound. Now, dear student, one extra practice. What I am doing is that I am going to give you name of one organic compound, and you will try to just convert it into structure. Okay. So let me write here. Okay. Pentanoic acid. Okay. I have written the name. Just try to present it in the form of the structure. Pentanoic acid. First two we have already practiced. Ethanoic acid consisting of 2 carbon atom, then propanoic acid consisting of 3 carbon atom. After practicing these two, now I have already given you the name of one organic acid, that is pentanoic acid, and you have to translate it into structure. Okay, means you are trying to draw its structural formula. Pentanoic acid. Okay, name itself is going to give us an idea that it consists of how many carbon atom. Based on that, you can name the structure. Okay, pentanoic acid. Name itself pentanoic acid. That means consisting of 5 carbon atom, that is final But when you present it, you also have to consider in forming the carbon skeleton, the carbon atom present in the carboxylic group also. That also you have to consider. So can we name it this way? Let us draw the structure. Okay, carbon and here, okay, let me draw the functional group. Rest everywhere. You have to show hydrogen group, okay, hydrogen atom everywhere. So this is the complete structure of pentanoic acid, okay. Suppose I give you one more name, just try to formulate in structure. Hexanoic acid, okay. You just have to concentrate on the particular name, and from that you just have to guess the number of carbon atom which it might possess. From the name you will come to know about the structure you have to draw. Hexanoic acid, that means it consists of 6 carbon atom. So a carbon skeleton consisting of 6 carbon atom, but on the last carbon atom you have to show the presence of carboxylic group, and rest of the valences of each and every carbon atom here. Yes, all valences of carbon to be substituted by hydrogen atom. Here also hydrogen atom, okay. Last carbon is already covalently bonded, understood. So we could draw this way. The structure of hexanoic acid, you can draw any structure in this way. Once you understood how to show the presence of particular functional group, understand, it becomes easy for you not only to name any structure, but at the same time, when the name of the structure has been given, you will be able to translate it or represent it in the format of this. It becomes very easy. Understood, dear student? Now, let us continue our practice of taking some more organic compounds. Okay. If you can remember, dear student, so far we are knowing about four functional group: halides, then hydroxyl group, okay, then ketone group and aldehyde group, right? But there is also one group which actually we understood at the time. This particular group, understand, C double O group actually. In fact, it is written sometime in this way also, C double O. But in fact, this is particular way of writing the structure of that group. Now, this particular group is known as ester group. That you should remember. Ester group, okay? And for that purpose, like every functional group has got particular iconic suffix OH, all, CHO, AL, COOH, oic, we all know, but for presence of the ester group, particular suffix we ultimately we do not have to target it in that way, but suppose how to name any organic compound consisting of ester group. Let us try to understand. Actually, OH symbol most probably is added. Understand? Right? Just to just understand it, sometime ethyl acetate. So generally, this suffix you will find in any organic compound consisting of ester group. Okay, and we all know about esterification very well. I want to take revision of that esterification process also along with the naming of the ester group. Okay, suppose number 5 which we are targeting is, let me first draw structure for you, understood? And then we'll try to name the structure. CDS student, if you know the process of esterification, what happens in the process of esterification? A reaction between organic acid and alcohol, you all know. When a reaction takes place between organic acid and alcohol, it produces ester and water, that we know, and that particular process is known as esterification process. Suppose if I mention one organic acid, a esterification simply is looking like this: organic acid, organic acid plus alcohol. This way you can remember this: when reaction take place between organic acid and alcohol, definitely in presence of concentrated H2SO4, which work as an catalyst here. It is a catalyst here. So when reaction take place between organic acid and alcohol, it produces ester and water. Because product is ester, this process is known by name esterification. Okay. Suppose if we try to translate it in the molecular formulas, organic acid, suppose we target ethanoic acid, CH3 COOH, when it react with respective alcohol. So can I write this way? CH3 CH2OH, ethyl alcohol. It produces, I have already explained in regular, that from here you eliminate OH, from here you eliminate H. So the resultant structure is looking like, start from here, CH3, this CO join with this O, so COO, and then what is left, that you are going to just write here CH3 CH2. In fact, you will see the difference that I will explain just now, plus H2O. Okay. First, this is clear. CH3 COOH, CH3 CH2OH, ethanoic acid and ethyl alcohol. When they both react with each other, they will produce this new particular compound, which is actually ester. We speak that way. Okay, when reaction take place between organic acid and alcohol, it produces ester and water. But to be more precise here, when a reaction take place between ethanoic acid and ethyl alcohol, it produces a particular ester which we call ethyl acetate. Okay. Ethyl acetate, and that's why I have written this acetate. Ethyl acetate is produced. If we just try to show it in the structure form, how will you write this? C. This is also you should learn, dear student. C OH. Okay. This is, I have shown, ethanoic acid plus ethyl alcohol, that means this way, understood, and then OH. Here you will show hydrogen. Now when the reaction take place between these two, in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid, which works as a catalyst, what is going to happen? From here OH, from here H. You understood this? Now we will try to draw the remaining structure in this way. See, this first, C triple, here 3 hydrogen atom, this bond, this 1O combines with this and it looks like this way, COO. Okay, right? So now, dear student, how, if I continue to show in this way, then it will disturb the valences. So I am writing it in this way. So now one more. Okay, CH2 and CH3. So this is the way a new organic compound is formed. Understand it? In fact, sometime when you read the textbook, you will find this way. Understood? Actually, it is just to adjust the organic structure which is shown here. So, what is this? Actually, ethyl acetate. First, you see, dear students, so you will not get any confusion in drawing ethyl acetate. C. C triple bond, C double O, and then this way. This is ethyl acetate, and particularly this process is known as esterification process. How the bond formation take place, that's very important for you to understand, right? That's very important. First, you know this, to write the ethanoic acid, then ethyl alcohol. Now, how to formulate? Understand, this too has to be eliminated, which will convert into water. You all know very well, H2O. So rest of the formula which is left, compound left, H2O subtracted. How to do? See, this I have written first, then CO, and I am not going to continue this way. Understand? Otherwise, it may cause problem in formation of the formula. That's why this I have taken first, okay, and then this. Right? Just concentrate here. Suppose I would have taken this, then this carbon double bond C, and then if I join with this, understand, it is going to cause a problem. That's why CH2 we have to take first, this one and then this. So this is ethyl acetate, a new organic compound, right? You have to also remember the name of this particular functional group also. C double O group. C double O, that we call ketone group, and C double O, understood, that's known as ester group. And wherever the ester group is present, organic compound can be named accordingly, ethyl acetate, that way, okay. So this little we also want to take a revision of this esterification process. Understand, if in exam even you are asked in 3 marks, you should be able to write this particular answer, esterification. How will you start? When reaction take place between organic acid and alcohol, it produces ester and water. This process of formation of ester is known as esterification process. Then you have to be specific. When reaction take place between ethanoic acid and ethyl alcohol, it produces an ester named ethyl acetate and water. Understand? Then you can show in the form of this skeletal equation. Okay, it is already a balanced equation, or you can also show in the form of structure. Understand? Why I in when in regular I have just explained this way. Why I am taking here the basic structure also? Because we also want to practice at least one or two organic compound having ester group. I have already given you an idea regarding how to name ethyl acetate. Okay, let us try to practice it. Okay, so this is clear. Esterification, right? Let me give you structure of one organic compound, and please try to name this. Okay, one particular organic structure I am showing you. Okay, and you please try to name this. Suppose sixth one in today. Let me show you carbon. Okay, then here, then here carbon, right? Then one more carbon, one more carbon, and then sorry, here oxygen, right? And one more carbon I am showing here. Then the all valencies of carbon has to be set right by hydrogen. This carbon is covalently already bonded here. Just okay. This is occupied already. Understand? Here I can show two hydrogen atom. Here also I can show two hydrogen atom. Here I can show three hydrogen atom to satisfy the valency. I have already shown you one organic structure in front of you. Can you try to name this? Just try to name this organic compound which I have shown here. Okay? We are we are practicing nomenclature to the maximum. The purpose is that you should be able to organize the structure as well as from the given structure you should be able to name any organic compound. That's why we are practicing it. Okay, can you name this? As you all know, presence of one particular functional group, C double O group, that means ester. Now start counting the number of carbon atom. Understood? You do not have to consider this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means 4 carbon atom. That means butane. Understand? And now when you think that there are 4 carbon atom, you can name it simply as, what should I write? Butyl. Understand? Acetate. This is butyl acetate. Just verify with your answer. Understand if you can. Butyl acetate. Now, dear student, let us practice one more compound. Here I like to give you the name of the compound, and from the name of the compound I give, you have to just try to draw its organic structure. Let me just just see this. I want to give you the name of one more, right? Where you should try your best. Mm, Suppose, dear student, let me give you name of the organic compound and just try to make its formula. Okay, see, I am writing the name of the compound here. Sodium. Understand the name of the compound, sodium ethanoate. Ethanoate. This particular suffix will ensure the presence of this particular group, C double O. Please try to formulate. I have in fact given you already idea understand, if you try to draw the structure, this particular word ethane, that also you can understand, and ATE, understand, and sodium, sodium ethanoate. If you have studied ethyl acetate, you will be able to just translate it. Understand, ethyl acetate you all know, dear student. Why the compound was named ethyl acetate, that you all know, right? Just to write this way, it was like this, no? C2H5, because there was presence of this. That's why we call it ethyl acetate. Here it is not ethyl acetate but sodium ethanoate. Instead of C2H5, you have to think of Na, that's sodium, okay? Sometimes it is also known as sodium ethanoate is one name. Understand, if you are able to just make the structure of this sodium ethanoate, okay, that was ethyl acetate. A little alteration, you should be smart enough to do that. Instead of ethyl, here it is sodium. So if you just think it looks like this, because it is written ethionate, so that definitely means the presence of COO, but instead of ethyl, there is presence of sodium, CH3 COO Sometime you also utilize the particular name for this. It is sodium ethanoate, or you can utilize another word also, sodium acetate, if you can remember, okay. So can you draw the organic structure of sodium ethanoate or sodium acetate, CD student? First, carbon chain, okay. Here three hydrogen atom to satisfy the valency of the carbon, okay. And here you will show ester group, okay. And then here you just show Na, it is over. CH3 COONA, sodium ethanoate, or also known as I spoke the name, sodium acetate, you know, that was ethyl acetate, this is sodium acetate. This way you can design any organic structure of your choice. Understood? Sodium ethanoate, right? Just one more for practice. I am just writing, dear student, one organic structure here, and you should try to just name that organic structure. Little difficult, but if student, you must have, if you have practiced enough and if you have read enough, then I think you will be able to name the given organic structure here very easily. Understand? Let me show you that structure here. Okay, just try to guess. I am just showing the structure: carbon, then carbon, then carbon, carbon skeleton consisting of three carbon atom, okay. Here CH, here already presence of three hydrogen atom to satisfy the valency. Understood? Here also three hydrogen atom to satisfy the valency. At the same time, here I am showing one another molecular formula CH3. Okay, if you can guess the name of this particular organic compound, dear student, try to guess the name of this particular organic compound. I also want to give you some more for practice, but first you try to name this. Okay, few more also are there, but first you just try to name this one. Okay, just looking for some more structure. This hydrogen you can saw anywhere. Understand, dear student? This carbon has four valencies occupied. This carbon one valency here, one here. Understand? One with hydrogen, one with this carbon. This carbon has got three valencies already occupied. If I want to name this particular organic compound, you know there is no presence of any functional group here, neither any halides, neither OH, neither COOH, neither CO, neither COO, no presence of any functional group. Or that time when you want to name this organic compound, you should target this one, CH3. Let me remind you how I can name. If you can remember ethyl acetate, in ethyl acetate, what we have written and which actually formula you spoke at, suppose C2H5. This one was called ethyl by you. Actually, the formula of ethane is, C2H6, but this is C2H5. So you spoke ethyl. Similarly, dear student, what is the formula of methane? CH4. But if I reduce one hydrogen, CH3, I can call it methyl. Okay. So here, this can be called methyl and it is present on the second carbon atom. So how can I name this organic compound 2-methyl? Concentrate here. 2-methyl, because it is present on the second carbon atom. Now you see this carbon skeleton 1, 2, 3. How many carbon atom? 3 carbon atom. So you can say 3 methyl propane. Understand? Sorry, 2 methyl propane. This way you can name this particular organic compound. Okay? 2 methyl, presence of CH3 can be called 2 methyl. Understood? So 2 methyl propane. Right? This way we can name any organic structure, dear student. Most probably, if I just still want to go for one more. Uh, Let me show you. Okay, I just want to give you one more practice, dear student. If I just write one organic structure here, or we'll take some more in practice in the next lecture also. Okay, uh, now, dear student, try to understand one thing. In lecture number 5, we have taken, and few more are left, but that you can practice by yourself also. And if it happens a little scratch of time available in next lecture, we will initially, before the in the start of the lecture, we will name one or two those odd organic compound. Mostly we have taken all the organic compound in 5 lectures. Understand? Now in next lecture I am going to target a lot about all homologous series, that is the homologous series of alkane, alkene, alkyne, alcohol, aldehyde, carboxylic acid, all have their particular homologous series. Why we call them homologous series, that we will discuss in the next lecture. But at least the 5 lectures which we have delivered, I think that is sufficient practice of nomenclature method. And I have taken many organic compound where also we have taken structure was shown and you name was given, you draw the structure. That way we have practiced in all 5 lectures. So my personal guidance is, though it happened that the particular lecture may not be rebroadcasted, but what you should do is that you should keep a record of all these 5 lectures, and whenever you are a little speculated or doubtful about how to practice and name any given organic compound, you should revise all these 5 lectures which are specially designed for understanding the nomenclature. Understood, dear student? In 2 lectures, we are targeting a homologous series, and one more lecture for that cleansing action soap and detergent. So that way the whole chapter may get revised thoroughly. Okay. Thank you very much.